All right, everyone. How you guys doing? So this was not a planned video. I know I said, there's going to be bonus footage, and there still will be. Hopefully I'll release this the same day as bonus footage number one. But it is currently the day after I finished recording the final episode of, like, the main game of beating Chapter 14. And since then, I've gone on YouTube, I've done a little bit of, like, digging to see what other people have thought and interpretations of the ending, and I just wanted to kind of give a follow-up and see just how things are going. This right here, I'm literally just running around exploring the open world, not doing anything extra. I just want something in the background while I talk, and so I'm just gonna just be going around the grasslands and just kind of like enjoying the open world here. But so let me start by saying I woke up this morning and it was, just feeling a little sad in general about everything, a little bit just because of how the game like ended it, just in terms of like the contents of it, of Aerith dying and all that stuff. But obviously I think it had more to do with just how it ended, like just that it could have been so much better in my opinion. And it's kind of crazy because I had half expected this game to give me a really shitty ending, like much worse than it actually was, and I still kind of was left feeling wanting and a little disappointed, but that's okay. I mean, listen, it could have been so much worse, as I've said over and over. Like, my worst fears were that they were going to kill off Tifa, and a little bit less so that they were going to kill off Cloud. I was pretty sure they weren't going to kill Cloud off in this game or something stupid, but and like have like Zack be the main character of the third game or something crazy like that. But I was pretty sure they weren't going to do that. But that being said, it was still in the back of my head because Nomura is fucking crazy. But they didn't kill Tifa off, which is the biggest fear I had. And Aerith still died. So it's weird because I got what I wanted, but at the same time I just feel like the execution was not there. And I beat that to death in the last the discussion of the ending during the credits. So I don't want to rehash it too much, but kind of looking at like some of the interpretations I see, like, and the one that to me makes the most sense is that the Aerith that Cloud sees in the ending is the Aerith that he, I guess, saves in another timeline, and she's bleeding through the the different worlds because clearly Cloud can see that dimensional rift up above where like the others can't, and so Cloud can see something, and I'm guessing it's because of whatever happened at the end of chapter 13 where they fell off, and or it could be Sephiroth's S cells inside of Cloud, also not a euphemism, but it could just be, there could be a number of reasons why he was sent to the other side in that other world. It could have been Zack's doing. We just don't know for sure. At least as far as I know, I didn't see any like major interpretations as to why that was. But because he was sent to that other realm, the one that I guess is well, maybe not. It could have been any of them. That other world where he had that sort of like moment with Aerith. In you know, then she sent him back to the other world, transporting that extra white materia. And in doing so, Cloud can see between, in some ways, like some things can kind of bleed through, and Cloud can see it for whatever reason. And the Aerith that he's talking to is not the Aerith that was killed in this timeline, but the one that was saved, rather, and brought to another dimension. So it's not exactly clear if Aerith was saved when Cloud struck the Masamune, but was then switched with another Aerith, but that doesn't seem to make much sense either. Or if she was, yeah, just basically isekai'd away, the same way Zack was, and the same way Biggs was, which is very plausible, I guess. That Aerith never actually, like, she still, like, was slumped over, so the implication is that she died there. But who knows if they switched. Like, there's still a lot that they have to answer, and I think that's, like, I guess part of the mystery that, you know, either Kitase or Nomura, whoever wants to keep going until part 3. And that's fine. But I think at the same time, I think the biggest problem I have is that, and it's funny because I know I'm kind of like backtracking a little bit, but it just, to me, it kind of rings very true that other people have said the exact same thing that I did in those words. It's funny because I had said emotional impact a couple times, and I saw in many comments on like some of the YouTube videos on the ending and stuff like that of people going, you know, this didn't have the emotional impact of the original. And people were saying exactly what I said. In some cases word for word, which I thought was very, very telling because of the fact that, you know, if you watched my playthrough, you know that I stayed the hell off, completely off of the internet. In terms of, like, I didn't go on YouTube. The only thing I Googled was, like, researching something for my writing. Nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII. Nothing other than there was, like, a couple details I looked up for Rebirth to make sure I could, potentially get the Tifa scene at Gold Saucer, in Chapter 12. But that's it. Like, I only Googled it, didn't YouTube it, like, just to, like, keep myself away from any spoilers. And so the fact that, like, me, who is completely uninfluenced by any opinions on this game, had a lot of people saying the exact same thing I did, I think is very telling. And apparently, I don't know if this is true, apparently Nomura said that he's really not sure how people are going to take the ending. And now I know what he meant. I think a lot of people had speculated that meant he was going to kill Tifa instead of Aerith. Again, very grateful that they didn't go for that. Because then, you know, the Italian Senate would have probably had Nomura assassinated or something. I don't know. But, I think the biggest problem is the way that it was done. The execution. And it's funny because even IGN said there's an IGN video on YouTube, and I didn't watch the video, but I saw the title and it said something to the effect of, like, that Final Fantasy VII ruined, or Rebirth ruined that moment, or, you know, failed to execute that moment, something along those lines. And so I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch the video, so I don't know if they were, like, if that was their stance, or if they were responding to comments saying that. Either way, I think the result is kind of the same. Interesting. I think the result is kind of the same. That there are enough people that feel that way that I feel a little vindicated. And there's a lot of discussion and interpretation over the ending as well. Some people were saying that that it was Aerith in the live stream talking, kind of similar to the way it was in Advent Children. But I think it could be a combination of both. To be fair, I think the Mistveil. I think the interpretation of like her bleeding over to me makes the most sense. Based on the context that he can see the dimensional rift and nobody else can. But it's to me it's just interesting how it was done in such a way that a lot of people were very disappointed, clearly. And I saw some comments that were like, oh, purists are gonna hate this, but this is a masterpiece. And of course there are gonna people that are gonna say that, people that are gonna defend basically anything that this game does, or anything that Nomura or Kitase does, or anything Final Fantasy VII. There are going to be people on both sides of an argument that have extremes. And I've said this at the beginning, like, there are people that feel so strongly about Final Fantasy VII and what it should be because of how popular it is. And, I mean, that's the case with anything that gets as much attention and popularity as something like Final Fantasy VII. It's going to... People have very strong opinions about this game. And... or just the franchise and what it should be in their eyes. And I respect it, because I think there are going to be multiple arguments, and there are going to be people that feel strongly one way or another, and that's okay. Like, I'm all for it. Is that the one I'm missing? Be kind to each other. Don't sit here and try and bash somebody because they're a purist or an anti-purist or whatever. Just, you're allowed to have your own opinion on the game. I'd hope it's an informed opinion and you can back it up. That would be, that's the best way of doing it. But, I just think, like, there's such a huge stigma. Are they showing me the chocobo stops? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt my talking and lengthen it even longer than it's gonna be. I feel like there's this stigma around being a purist for Final Fantasy VII, and I think that's wrong. First off, I think that people who are criticizing someone just for being a purist is wrong. I also think it's just as wrong to to say, like, to criticize people just because they want a change to something. Interesting. Now they're giving me the chocobo stops, like, location. That's pretty handy. I like that. Hey, another point to this game. Guess that's what I'm gonna do now. It's like a menial task I can do in the meantime. Because it's important to remember, again, because people have strong opinions about things one way or another, man. Like, they're gonna want what they want. And am I a purist? A little bit, yes. Clearly, I favor fewer changes over more changes. Does that mean that I don't like any change? No. I think I've proven if you're just here for the discussion, if you didn't watch any of my playthrough and you just skipped right to the review, which by the way, I understand that as well, because there are people that just want to see like what you think about the game, don't want to see your context, and that's fine. There's like fucking 60 hours of gameplay to track through. And I don't want to go through 60 hours of somebody else's playthrough personally. I'm gonna go watch key moments and, you know, reviews and discussions, but you know, if you've only watched that and you go to that, just this part, even that, I've talked about there are certain changes that I like and I think that are good and I'm okay with. Like, one that I don't think I mentioned was the fact that we don't go to Rocket Town in this game, which, you know, again, I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played the original 7, but Rocket Town was before the Forgotten Capital in the original. And I won't say anything else about Rocket Town, you know, just in case. And I'm okay that Rocket Town was not there. And I mentioned that I'm actually okay that we don't get to play as Vincent or Sid in this game. Just simply due to the fact that, you know, the depth of combat in this game is so much so that it's kind of difficult to even like like even fathom adding 2 extra characters on in this game alone after we've already learned of had to learn Kate Sith and Red 13. So, you know, and of course relearn some new stuff like from Cloud and Tifa and all them. So let's head off to Junon. Oops. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I watched some of the trailers that I missed, and boy, am I fucking glad that I didn't watch them, because they spoiled the fucking shit out of some things. Although it might have been okay for the one detail that I saw Vincent on the tiny Bronco. So that was probably something that I could have maybe benefited from seeing before like nearly losing my shit, because I thought Vincent might not actually join us in the game. But that being said, I think they spoiled a lot of shit, and they even like explained about the regions. I'm glad I didn't see that shit, because like I don't want to see it. Like, I wanted to experience it firsthand, and I did. I think I did a pretty good job of avoiding spoilers and shit, and I think that was good. But yeah, back to the changes. Like I thought that the changes they made to like Junon were great. Like truly, I did. I thought they did a great job with Junon. I think there was a lot of decent changes that they made, like that I definitely could I dig them. They're good. But that being said, change is not inherently a good or a bad thing. It's just change. It's a neutral thing. And how the fuck do you get up there? Probably with climbing, I assume. It's just like, okay, not every change is good, not every change is bad. Can we agree with that? Like anti-purists? And purists alike. Can we both agree that not every change is good, not every change is bad? Just in general. Not even just talking about Final Fantasy VII. Just talking in general. And I agree also with Final Fantasy VII that not every change is good, not every change is bad. And I think the changes that were made to the ending of Rebirth were not good. Why do I say that? Well, I think that I said, you know, when it comes to the emotional impact, they kind of jerk the fans around a little bit. They're like, is she dead? Is she not dead? Is she dead? Is she not dead? I talked about this a little bit last night or in the last video, but there was a lot of like open to interpretation for a while things, and still partially up to interpretation. Instead of just giving us the impact of the death and, you know, leaving us with it, which is one of the things that made it one of the most iconic scenes in video game history to begin with, was the way it was done was so masterful that, like, the first few times that I played the game, I was, like, devastated. And like, I don't know, like the first time that I beat 7, I was a little on the younger side, and let's just say I was a little bit more like Cloud in the way like I process emotions. I still sort of am, but where like I was just like, nah, fuck romance. Like, I don't care about that shit. Like, I want Cloud to just do cool shit and whatnot, and, you know. That was all I really cared about. Because, when I was younger, I was, like, a little bit less, like, in touch, I guess, with those kinds of feelings. And, that being said, I remember replaying the game at some point, knowing fully what happened, and just being devastated over Aerith's death, because it truly was like so well done and just so sad, and the theme, like, oh my gosh. And so, like, that's how I know that it was good. Not just because it was, like, my childhood or whatever. But because, like, even, like, on replaying, the second time around hurt more than the first time. In fact, the first time around didn't hurt at all. Because of my own, like, weird fucking nature. It's kind of, like, it's a little weird to share that. But I don't mind, just because, like, I'm not that way anymore. Clearly, I mean, if you watch my playthrough, I'm like, Tifa. But no, like, I was like truly devastated at her death, and the second time around, and you know, every time after, still it still gets me every time. Like, I'm still like sad every time, and it to me is very, very telling of just how good it was in the original. Even with the fucking polygons, like, it, like, that didn't matter to me. And that's why I think it's as sad as it is, because it's like, we have these beautiful graphics, this, you know, this beautiful engine and everything, and they had the chance, like, incredible voice actors. Like I said, this is the best Aerith we've ever had. And so they had the chance to give us something truly spectacular. And the fact that they failed to deliver on that makes it, you know, makes me pretty sad that, of, like, wasted potential, essentially. And I think, again, it's like the format, because it's crazy, because I got what I wanted, and I still felt disappointed because of the way it was executed. is I think even if it wasn't like the original, even if it wasn't just that silence, they could have still made it something more, I think. I'm gonna explore this. This might lead to something. It could have, even if there wasn't just the silence, or no lack of talking, and then, I mean, they still did the the piano with her theme, and which was incredible. I'm so glad they did that, but like just that, leaving us with that, no talking, nothing. Even if they didn't do that, they could have still given us something similar. Like something that still had that emotional impact because of the way that they've designed these characters and made us fall in love with them all over again. And so I do think like it was so heavily wasted, and that could have been just better done a different way. How would I have done it? I mean, again, you already know I would have done it like the original, but if I couldn't do it like the original and I had to choose something else, that's hard to say, but it would still be similar. Like, I think if there had to be dialogue, I would have had like Aerith trying to talk Cloud out of it or something, and just being like, okay, oh, I did not. Yeah, I don't know. Let me head back. I think like the dialogue, something like that, and then Sephiroth stabs her, and maybe you give her like a death scene, or still give her like her blaze of glory moment. Somehow, but that she has to die, and that she has to go, and you still get like the Aerith will never laugh or cry moment. Yeah, that's not anything we can go explore. That's okay. We get all the chocobo stops in here. We can get these, so I'll go this way. So yeah, I think that's, I still think they could have done just a whole lot better on that front. Just, yeah, I think it's up there. But instead what they gave us was like, they jerked us around a little bit. And like, they really left it mostly up to interpretation. Because even if you're like, okay, well, they were going for Aerith and all this, and they're playing her theme and during the Genova fight, it's like, okay, she's dead. Like, clearly, can't you see? But at the same time, like, it really wasn't 100% clear. If we're being fair, it truly was not 100% clear. Because I think you could also argue that maybe what they saw was an illusion, or maybe they weren't aware that she was still alive. Like, they faked us out with like Barrett's supposed death, even though we all knew it was bullshit. But okay, maybe it wasn't this way. They did that in Remake, where they like faked us out with Barrett's death and all that shit. And who's to say that it wasn't another fake out? You know what I mean? So there was never any clear cut evidence that she was, one, dead, and two, gonna stay dead. Okay, so I did find it. And so for that reason, like, it was like, yeah, it was just, to me, just felt like the uncertainty of it ruined the emotional impact to me, because it's like, by the time we get past this, like, fucking 30-minute long boss fight, or however long it was, like, the moment's passed, like, it's been gone. Whereas, like, at least if we're talking about the original, where you fight Genova, am I back at the site or no? No, I don't think so. Fuck is that second treasure? Could be up there, I guess. The moment's gone. Like, it's been gone for a half hour. Like, and it's like, I just want to know now. Like, I'm not interested. Like, it's already over. And so, like, that emotional, like, back and forth, it doesn't help the case. Like, it only hurts it to me, because it's just like, well, now I just want to know if she's alive or dead. I don't really, like, the emotions are, like, the initial wave of emotions passed. And again, even if we talk about the original with the Genova fight, after the Genova fight, or even during it, there's still the freaking thing that, huh? I don't know where that second chest is. I'm sure I could find it or look it up, but there's still her theme playing. And so it keeps her death on the forefront of your mind, like. But with this, you're just like, you have to focus on Sephiroth. Like, you have to focus on this fucking fight. And it's like, how much, like, there's this big ass fight, and now there's Zack coming in, and we have to defeat Bizarro Sephiroth, or oh, there it is. What the fuck? Sephiroth Reborn or whatever, and like, to me, it completely overshadows the moment. Whereas, like, even with the Genova fight, it's just a boss fight. Like, it's a boss fight, but it keeps it in the forefront of your mind because her theme is still playing. You know what I mean? Like, it's still there, and you know, due to the nature of, you know, 7 boss fights in the original, they're not super long. They're there. They're not like crazy long fights. And so, like, what are you gonna do? Because we had, like, again, like a half-hour boss fight. The moment's been long gone, you know? And so, everyone crying and stuff, like, yeah, it's sad. It is sad. Like, I'm not saying it's not sad, but it doesn't have that same weight as, you know, Cloud has his line, and then you fight Genova briefly, and then everybody's just there, and they have their own reaction to Aerith's death. Like, Yuffie's reaction is like unbelievable, and then Tifa's reaction, just running away, and, you know, I think if they had that, even if they had all that, and then they still gave us that, they gave us that ending scene with Aerith bleeding through, but not talking, I think that would have been better. Like, to me, it could have been something like, alright, everything kind of happens the way it happens in the original, sort of. And Genova Dreamweaver, or Genova whatever, Lifebringer, whatever the fuck it was, dies. With Aerith's scene playing through it. You have the scene where everybody runs away. Or walks away. Either or. And, then we get that last scene where she's bleeding through the alternate timeline. Again, like, you could even have had like him try to save her and have that moment still happen. That like would have been fine. I would have been perfectly okay with that, because like I said, that fake out was actually really good. That like double red herring or whatever the fuck that was, whatever you want to call it. But that scene of her like bleeding through but not talking, and just him talking to her, being like, I'll stop Sephiroth, I promise, and like she just like staring at him, right, like without talking, because she can't, right, because they can't communicate between worlds. I think that would have been so much more impactful. That would have had so much, like, you know, like, just even thinking about that, like, makes me, like, wow, like, she can't, because she can no longer laugh or cry, but just, like, staring at him, like, you know, I don't know, like, counting on him to do things on his side, would have really been, to me, like, a much stronger game ending. And even if you wanted him to still see through, like, you know, again, like, see the dimensional rift and everything, would have been great. But I think, yeah, I still think they failed to deliver. I say all this, I know it's been a really long rambling session. I don't even know if I'll post this, to be honest. I might just even have just done this to vent. We'll see. I got plenty of time before that. But I'm rambling, so all of that is to say that even after reading everybody's comments and everything, I still feel pretty much the same way that I did with my first initial reaction, and I think that tells me that I think I kind of had it right, even though my interpretations were maybe not perfectly correct. I still think the spirit of it was, and that I really do think that they missed the mark on the ending, even though I got what I wanted, which is, it's weird to say that, but anyway, I think that's gonna go ahead and do it. There's really not much I can talk about, because I think I've beaten it to death. Again, last thing, again, like, I still feel like the whole Zack thing is wasted. They could have done so much better with Zack, and I don't know. Whatever they do in part 3 with Zack, if it doesn't end up in a happy ending, or some kind of good resolution with him, then to me it was just a wasted plot line, and just an excuse to have Zack in the game. Just to have a fan favorite. And so, with that being said, I'm going to close this out, because I've definitely rambled on too much. See if I can find this final treasure, and there it is. Sure enough. So, like I said, I don't even know if this is going up on YouTube. I have to decide. But if it does, you know, thanks for listening to my rambles. If you disagree, you disagree. If you agree, you agree. I don't give a fuck. This is my opinion. Just be respectful. Whether you're in support or against my opinion, be respectful of one another and kind. And remember, we're all here because we love Final Fantasy VII. And, you know, that makes us, I guess, comrades or something, loosely, whatever. I don't fucking know, dude. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's the way to do it.
Time to celebrate. Take the lead.
Let's go. Come on. Heads up. Go for it. You're in good hands now. Gotcha. How about you show it?
Take it out. Well, not bad. on you.
Let me handle this. Okay, I'm your one-stop shop right now. At least put up a fight. Run, good to go?
Hang back. Keep it together.
Let's go, let's down. Not too shabby.
They're nothing.
Oh, it's over.
Let's finish this.
Not now.
Here it comes.
One step at a time.
supplies. It's buried in some currently, but we suspect they were. Perhaps you could conduct an investigation. I managed to extract the necessary data from the crystal. This should allow me to strengthen your materia. I see you're approaching the signal. The source appears to be somewhere in the canyon's ruins.
Okay, I guess we're doing Protorelic 1. I meant to try and scale this place, but...
Is that materia I smell? My precious materia, where are you? No need to be shy, come out. My precious materia, where are you? No need to be shy, come out.
Hey.
Yuffie!
Niall! Hulk! Billy Bob! It's so good to see you!
You too. We were worried you might not have made it out in time.
Nothing can kill this bloom.
Clearly. Say, where's Sonon?
Yeah.
Hey, you three!
Splinter Cell.
Where are my manners? These guys are from Avalanche HQ. They're the ones who helped me out back in Midgar. And I don't think they need an introduction.
Y'all were at the Shinra building, weren't you? Tell me, was Wedge with you? Or did you see him? If you can tell me anything at all, please.
Wedge, he... I'm sorry.
Don't be. Just, I need to know.
After the Sector 7 plate fell, the things we saw and heard. All the carnage. It was hell. We wanted to help, we really did. But how? It all seemed so hopeless. That's when the call came, from the folks at Avalanche HQ. We learned it was the company that dropped the plate, and that they were gonna drop another, unless we stopped them. HQ needed volunteers to help storm the Shinra building. This was our chance.
We knew it was the right thing to do. All of us.
Wedge and I ended up being assigned to the same truck.
We'll infiltrate the building via the underground parking facility. From there, we make our way up, taking each and every floor.
We've lost contact with Lucia's team. I think we have to assume they're all...
That's enough. First, we'll check in with Matt.
on it.
Let me just scooch on over here. I'm Wedge with the Splinter Cell.
Barrett's crew, right?
Mm-hmm. Here, try one of these. It'll help you calm down.
Thank you.
Go on, eat up.
Our team was heading upstairs to take out the president. I know what you're thinking. Avalanche doesn't do that. But when the plate fell, the rules changed.
He went up the stairs.
Come on, man. Get the lead out. Don't want to be left behind.
Hey, thanks for the assist.
Help me out here.
All right, we're almost there, boys. At long last, we're gonna take back our world, find the bastards who stole it, and send them to hell.
Yeah. I've got friends up there who need to know we're coming. Oh, sorry, but I didn't want them to get hurt, sir. Go, I'll catch up.
Right. We were all fired up, ready to fight.
I'm sorry. I can't.
I couldn't believe it. It was him.
He just fucking splatted. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but I can't.
It's all good, bro.
Hey, y'all heard that, right? That was Wedge.
Barrett, those who pass on become one with the life stream. I know what you thought you heard, but it was probably just the wind.
Whatever.
In times past, the Cetra came to fonts like these to give thanks to the life stream. There aren't many left, so we wanted to help preserve the few still standing. It felt like the least we could do, you know? For all those who returned to the planet.
Hey Barrett, why don't we give them a hand? Help them spruce things up.
I can't, dude.
I don't know, restore the planetary fonts? They're this region's main source of energy, and kind of like relief valves for the life stream.
But when they're as busted as this one here, you can't even get close to do repairs. Mako's way too dense. So we figured we'd use a probe. Fix the fonts remotely. Thing is, little guy's just too old. Probably
I'm
better off
fucking
with a
dying,
giant
dude.
press.
I'm crying. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Maybe. I'm gonna turn my fucking camera on for a second so you can see. They actually fucking showed him getting splat. Oh fuck. I'm crying more over this than the shitty ending. Oh, I'm fucking crying. That's so funny. It's not supposed to be. I'm sorry. He fucking splat. Oh my god, dude. Holy fuck. He fucking splatted on the ground. I don't know why I find it so funny. It's because it's supposed to be so sad, but they actually showed it for the most part. I wish I could go back. I'll have to watch the moment again. Holy fuck. Oh, I was not expecting that. It was like, I get, it's like he fell again. Like, holy shit. Alright, cool. It's just like, the dude was like, it was supposed to be like one, like, oh yeah, a reunion with these guys from intermission, and then, you know, it's supposed to be like a sad story with, you know, basically showing how Wedge dies. Which is funny. they actually fucking killed somebody that they didn't kill in the original, but because Wedge survives the original. But like it was supposed to be like a sad story, and then he just fucking splats on the ground. Come on, bro. Like don't get. Like, I don't know. You know what it reminds me of? There's something in Resident Evil 6. It's like the funniest scene in the whole game, where somebody splats on the ground. Oh my gosh. I don't know. All right, I think it's passed.
Perhaps I can be of service? Robotics is one of my areas of expertise.
Jeebus.
Meet
Fuck, I was laughing too hard about that.
Or RoboChat if you prefer something abridged. At any rate, you should now have complete control over him. Go on, ask him to do something.
Holy shit, that was funny. And now I'm just laughing. It's the aftershock of something that just hit me real funny. But two, it's like I'm just seeing if I can fucking get up top too. Up here. Jeebus. It's funny. Timeline wise, I just got done with that rant that I don't know if it'll ever show up on YouTube, but I did like a post like the next morning after, like follow up to the ending rant, sort of rant, I don't know. And it was like, you know, I was obviously like pretty sad talking about it, but interesting. I don't know if you heard me through my laughing, but I said I cried more at this than the shitty ending, but it wasn't that bad. Oh, Christ, another one of these fucking mini games. Gambit. What was Gambit? Was that fucking... Oh, I'm thinking Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm like, what Final Fantasy game is that? Gambits determine the target, actions determine what robot will do. Okay. I guess this is like... Shit. I don't really get it, but I just don't care. I guess what I'll do is just, yeah, like, come on, man. Enough with the mini games. You know what? Bye-bye. I just don't care. We'll come back to this once I look it up and just do a strategy. I just have no patience for this right now. I don't want to do a fucking mini game. There's way too many. That's something I maybe forgot to mention in my review. Is like way too many fucking mini games in this. I just don't like. I just don't care. Like, maybe it's just me because I have no patience for this shit. But like forcing mini games for the Proto Relics is a problem in my opinion.
Deal with that.
All set.
Going back off mic, but if we come across anything interesting, I'll be back anytime.
I got this. It's on now. Brace yourself. Here we go.
Gotcha. That's not too shabby.
Piece of cake. Don't overdo it.
Let me handle it. Watch yourself. Here I go. Do me proud.
Hang back.
No surprises there.
My sensors indicate the presence of a unique life form. Rare desert saw-hugging variant detected.
Take the lead.
All set. Science protocol. As their name suggests, these saw-hugging
You're in good hands now. Want to beg for mercy? Don't let me down.
I got
they have skills adapted to the desert. They possess the same intelligence as
It's on now.
and preserve hunting and route that trademark titles. still tough as the warriors of Cosmo Canyon. Excellent work completing our combat objectives. Though I suspect it wasn't much of a challenge.
bring back all the mooglets for me, Kupo. Lifesaver, Kupo! This Emporium is officially open! And there's only one more left to go! I hope that you'll see it through! Anything interesting catch your eye, Kupo? Come again soon! Uh-oh. It seems... We've crossed into fiend territory. Look alive, people!
Don't overdo it.
Campfire variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Lacking both visual and auditory senses, the Campfire tracks prey through vibrations in the ground.
Time to put you on a wanna beg for mercy!
Precise attacks with its whip-like eyes. Because Campfire tendrils are both supple and sturdy, humans have used them as a material for handcrafts throughout history.
You're mine!
The lines of this
Do me proud!
My turn.
A house factory with the birth of the ground uses its tendrils to
Take
remain.
lead.
All set!
No telling what untapped potential these plant beings possess. We're counting on you. Congratulations! You managed to complete all intel objectives.
Hey everyone, just wanted to come on mic for a hot second. I don't know how long I'll be on mic, but it's been a week more or less since my last gameplay recording, at least. And I just want to say, like, that whole thing with Wedge, I have gone back like 10 different times to watch that recording, and I have like pretty much burst into tears almost every single time. It's so freaking funny. I think part of it is that it's not supposed to be funny. So I'm just looking at a couple things. It's been it has been some time. Level 45. I'm just trying to like look and see about something. Yeah, so okay, so assessing is the thing. I did realize that you need to assess. Oh, interesting. So I did all the Corel and Junon. I have like fucking nobody in this. But yeah, it's so freaking funny just the way it was done, and oh, this is interesting. It's just so, it was so freaking funny. And then I also kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like my ruminations on the ending.
If there's anything else I can do for you,
if you haven't seen the ending of the game, like this is major spoilers now. I would just skip over this part, and because I don't know. What is it? It's, oh no, enemy intel maybe? This doesn't really help me. It's like I want to like know what I haven't assessed and what I have assessed. Maybe it is. Okay. Oh, these, okay, so these are combat assignments. You know, forget it. I'm not going to talk about the ending right now, just because. What the fuck? I think enemy intel is the right call. Does it say if I've assessed? It does say if I've assessed something. Could that be it? Am I missing something? Maybe from like the swamplands? Or like Corneo Lackey, maybe? Devil Rider. I don't think so, because White Terror, that's it. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, there it is. Okay, so encountered grasslands. So
Great outdoors.
let's go to grasslands. I'm gonna go off mic. I'm just doing shit. So now we're just rambling. I'm just trying to find. Something tells me it could be here. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm not. I was gonna talk about the ending, but I think I'm just not.
Rare grasslands won't make way. Identified. Commencing guidance. Protocol. Keeps away that its main stands on end.
Keep it together.
Focusing its body and keeping its hair upright is the product of overexposure. Welcome. This has also contributed to a significant increase in aggression, agility, and speed. In fact, eyewitnesses report that it is capable of catching prey when equipped by studying its predator's hunting habits. Perhaps we too will be able to develop a swiftner in warning. Congratulations! You managed to complete all intel objectives.
Thanks to your effort. And yet, I'm excited to see what knowledge awaits us elsewhere.
Alright, there was something I did want to talk about, and that was the music, a little bit. But we might actually fight a thing here, so... Do I even have assess on? Jesus. Hopefully. I've assessed the orcs, haven't I? I don't even know.
Deal with that.
I could have sworn I've assessed an orc.
Better.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was literally it. Anyway, the music. So, I do appreciate that they play the battle theme for all of the battle intel. The field intel, like, battles. I think that's awesome. But, again, I think there's still just too many freaking ones. There we go. Alright, so we gotta get the Toxer out.
Don't overdo it.
So let's get ATB. Like, for example, Kyrie has her own theme. That's fine. Did she need a battle theme too? Like, can we be honest about that? Did she need a battle theme? Like, she doesn't even do any fucking fighting. So why the fuck do you need a battle theme for her?
I'm waiting. It's on you.
So, like, yeah, for me, it just doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So, like, in times like that, like Salmon, the dog you escort has the dog has its own theme. Didn't need a battle theme. Like, or what I would call a Thunder version. Rain and Thunder, which is a Fire Emblem Three Houses reference. Can't believe the one I was missing was a freaking orc. We're doing this.
Okay.
But anyway, like, that's ultimately my problem, is like, in times like that, where, like, okay, there's some, like, specific themes for, like, maybe, like, escorting, like, a character that, like, whatever. Like, just play the fucking battle theme. You know what I mean? Like, just play the fucking battle theme. Like, they could have played the battle theme a bit in the combat sim. Like, there were moments you could play the battle theme rather than its own, like, one-off track. And, like, for me, I know people are going to disagree, and that's fine. There's not, like, again, if you like that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with liking this way of doing things. But for me, again, I know I've assessed these guys. I literally found it. But it's okay. I'll just do it again, just in case. This should. For me, like, there's a difference between immersion and, like, getting into something sometimes. And, like, okay, is it more, like, objectively immersive to have it this one particular way? Yes. Does it improve the enjoyment of the game? Not really. Not for me, at least. I think, like, for a lot of people, it doesn't either. Like I don't remember half of these themes, like, because to me they're not memorable because they're all special, so nothing's special. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you have 1,000 people that pass supposedly a hard exam out of 1,000 people, it's not special, right? That you did it. If everybody did it, like, is it really that special? And that's the way I feel about the whole, like, situation with that. So, like, again, yeah, why not?
Say goodbye.
But, like, you saw how excited I got with the friggin' Airbuster theme, or, like, occasionally the same thing with, like, the Let the Mouth Begin, you know, the good one, the one that I love so much, the one that plays for Field Intel. It's kind of like a, fuck is the word, like, it's kind of crazy that it plays, the Airbuster theme plays more in this game than it does in its debut game. But, like, on some level they know, like, the devs understand exactly that the fans love these two themes, and hence why they brought them back. So now I should be able to. Oh, I need to level up the enemy skill materia. Let's do this. Sorry for using the same team over. I kind of want to play red too, but anyway, just because I have the materia set up for him, so it's like, why the fuck not? So like for me, I would far rather them play fewer tracks but have
like that, okay?
the tracks that I really, really love. Sonic Boom. What was below? I thought I'd leveled up enemy skill a little bit. And we'll just do these, I guess. What was it saying? Yeah, I would rather them play like tracks that I love even more as compared to like a billion fucking tracks. Oops. Yeah, this is tutorial shit. So like again, ooh, you're playing the bombing theme. Hell yeah. Talking over that shit. Speaking of tracks I fucking love.
It's on you.
Jesus.
Deal with that.
Yeah? Get your ass out of here! Suck on this! Want some more?
Just an inclination, but maybe I was a little over-leveled for this one. Feel free to disagree. But yeah, like, again, like, now, of course, I wasn't asking for the bombing mission. Oh, hello. Jeez, they know, they're listening. Nomura's listening. No, Uematsu. See, like, this would have been probably good for me to do because I probably would have figured out about the blade beams earlier and like the air combat, which kind of hurt me early on, which is my mistake for not reading. Really, I should have read. What are they? Oh yeah, switching modes. Yeah, I mean this is it. This is the theme that I wanted more than anything in terms of regular battles. And I think when in doubt, play it. That's kind of like my rule of like what I feel like it should have been. Not just like, again, I think it's fantastic that they did it for the field intel battles. I think that's great, but they could have done it in a couple more places. So like I softened my stance a little bit up on the music in terms of like in terms of like not enough battle theme. There still is not enough, but still. Oh, this theme. I remember this theme. This is the reactor in the beginning, the battle theme. Playing some good themes from Remake, which is cool. Again, I think it's so cool that they brought back the Remake themes. Like, and again, like, are there some really good themes? Yes. Like, there's some really good tracks from Rebirth. Like, for example, I've been going through a lot of like footage, not just my own, but watch like Maximilian's. If you don't know him, like he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He has been for like the better part of 14 years. Started watching him for like fighting game shit. Oh, they're playing
One step at a time.
Hand Over Hand. Good theme. Good music choices. Here I am talking about the music, and now I'm praising it. Because they made good choices here. Now, granted, they could have... It would have been just fine if they had... Oh my gosh. Sure, you can... If they had just played the battle theme for all these, but I'm fine with this. It's cool, like, callback to remake, but at the same time, anyway, Maximilian, one of my favorite YouTubers, and I was going through some of his footage too, like, just to see, like, the different shit that he did compared to me. I used to watch him for fighting game stuff, and then I love his, you know, that he's such a fan of FF7. We have, like, a lot of, like, the same taste of, like, video games, generally speaking, but obviously, if you watch his stuff, you know that him and I don't necessarily agree as far as all the remake stuff. Which is fine. Again, like, I've said it a billion different times, people have different expectations for what FF7 should look like. And that's fine. I like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's no need for materia. What are we playing? Oh my gosh, the dance theme, like when you're practicing the Let the Battles Begin dance theme for fucking Cloud's dance, that's funny as hell.
I'll take you around.
But like, the point I was trying to make was that like I was going through some footage and some of the stuff like I heard like that I sort of remember liking, but maybe didn't pay as much attention to. Like there's one Mithril Mines theme that is so good. Like, it's like a hard rock. You can tell what kind of music I like the most, but there's like a hard rock battle theme, and it's fucking incredible. I wish they would have just used that instead of all the different ones. Just shit like there's some really good stuff in here, but I think the vast majority of the tracks are decent to like, oh, you know, okay, decent, good, but they don't stand out the way the Airbuster does, or like, you know, the battle theme, or like some of the tracks from Remake. Like the Scorpion Sentinel has a really good battle, like boss theme that I really love, like the Arsenal, or I don't know, dude. Like there's a lot of tracks from Remake that I think are better than like the lion's share of tracks in Rebirth. Not to say that Rebirth doesn't have some really good like new tracks. It does, but in comparison, let's be honest, like again, nothing still stands above Airbuster to me, or like I think the Genova fight from Remake still has the best theme of any of the Genova fights, even though there's some really good Genova stuff in. I think Emergent has like an incredible phase theme. But I don't know, or like the Midgar Expressway is 16 minutes of like bliss in terms of like music. I'll listen to all of it. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, this was his theme. So that's Counterspin, which I never like bothered to really use. Nor did I bother to use Sentinel Stance, which is actually pretty good. There's a lot of shit I didn't use. But again, like, it's my playthrough. Do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, I do think, like, to some degree, they overdid it with the music. Where, like, there's so many tracks in this game, not all of them stand out. Whereas, like,
think we did all right back there.
You can tell, like, if you watch my footage when we go fight a World Intel boss, like, I'm so into the fight, and it's not because, oh, it breaks immersion. Fuck that. Huh? Do I not have Kate Sith in this, the beginning of this chapter? Anyway. I may have to, like, chapter select later. I think this is from Intermission, this theme. I don't really play much of Intermission. I, like, breeze through the story, which I'm kind of sad that I did, but I'm kind of, now I'm actually going through Brianna White, voice actress of Aerith, her playthrough of Intermission, just to see, like, what I missed and shit. Because I think she's, like, more of a, like, do everything type of gamer. Okay. Which I appreciate. I really, I'll say it like a million times. I think Brianna White is incredible for Aerith. There are certain things, like certain lines that, like, I get obsessed with, like re-looking at in the whole thing with the Queen's Blood tournament where Red 13 shows and he's like, "Go Cloud, kick his butt." The way she says it is just, it's fucking immaculate. Like, I love the way, like, Brianna gives so much life to Aerith. It's so good. I will say it as many times as I need to, because, like, honestly, as a community figure, she's also amazing. Even, again, like, you don't necessarily have to agree with everything people say or whatever to think that they're a great community person. But yeah, it's
all done.
It's just interesting. But yeah, like, again, just to kind of wrap it up, because I think at this point we're just rambling. Music wise, like, they could have done a little better just by holding themselves back, which is weird to say. Like, I don't think I've ever said this about any other game other than Remake and Rebirth. It's like they could have just restrained themselves a little bit with making new fucking shit. But yeah, it's like, okay, can we could have just held back a little bit, done a little bit more battle theme, a little bit, you know. Excuse me? Hello. Speaking of reusing good ass things.
It's over.
Just turn my volume way up. Again, like, fuck immersion if you can't get into the battle as much as this.
Not bad, but not my best.
It's so fucking good. This theme is a masterpiece theme. And I don't say that about many.
I'm through. Deal with that.
Good luck. You're in good hands now.
Do that again.
Are they gonna play a second phase or just gonna go with this? But yeah, they're playing the second phase. My other favorite part.
Say goodbye. Keep it together.
All set. It's no use. You won't regret this. Not now. Not now.
This part's so fucking good. Like I said, the first two parts are my favorite. But
Deal with that.
I got this. It's on you.
Hang back.
they're all great. Like, all 10 minutes of the Airbuster theme is incredible. But yeah, like I said, the first two parts are just, they're fucking perfection. Just pure fucking bliss, man.
Let's go.
They're gonna switch it up on us. Yeah. This is the next part. This is the third phase part. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit just in case. I don't know if there's any feedback coming through the mic. Let's just put it this way, like, for me, the Airbuster theme was the only time, not just, like, when I first heard this theme in the remake, when I played Remake for the first time, I stopped the gameplay just to like, take it in for a second. It's the same thing I did in Rebirth, if you watched when I fought the Quetzalcoatl. But, like, it's so fucking good that I stopped because I was waiting. I was waiting for that True Blue fucking remix of Still More Fighting, which is my favorite theme in the original 7.
That it?
And, like, when it started playing, I literally stopped the fight in the first 2 seconds to listen to it. It's the only time in Remake that I did that. Going gaga. I think after the combat sim, I'll probably change it up to Red and Barrett. Which one is this? And I'm on mic still because I'm just talking about the music and shit. But, yeah, it's interesting to watch other playthroughs now and like see the choices that they made, or if they've struggled with some of the same things I did, like Christmas.
Keep it together.
What is the deal with these fuckers again? Leave, take them out. Will also become pressured when attempting to cast spells while silenced. They cannot be attacked while fighting through the air. I never quite understood that. And what was their weakness? Fire. It's weak to fire. So can I just use Fireball Blade? Yeah, so you can get like one shot off when it starts petrifying or Thunderbolt. So that's kind of like the deal, right? And if you stagger them, like, not like the actual stagger, but like stun them or whatever, you can kind of get more hits off. I understand it's great for these enemies, but dare I say anything? I heard Banishment's like insane. Like Max struggled with the Chocobo pictures the same way I did. So it was a little vindicating there.
Now, keep it together.
I got
See if that works.
I'm your one-stop cooperate shop.
It does like multi-hits, which seems to work for Fire Tails, I guess. Yeah, like he struggled with. I think he took almost as long as I did. And he like when it came to like the mithril mine, like climbing, he didn't get stuck for more than a minute, like with that one climbing that took me forever to like figure out. But he said like I could see players going down there, and like some of his chat said they got lost for like a half hour. So I feel a little vindicated there. Also, I heard that a lot of people struggle with the final boss, which also vindicates me a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway. Is there any other... Yeah, there's Gungaga. I'll probably stop talking as soon as I'm done with the combat sims. Combat's so fucking fun, man. Like, it truly is incredible, this game. And I don't want to diminish it because I think the ending is lackluster, which, again, like, I'll talk about it again sometime, but like, I'm not as hard on... I'm still hard on the ending, but a little less than I was before, maybe. Speaking of, there's the Scorpion Sentinel boss theme, which is cool. It's got like the boss theme, the bombing mission theme, like kind of intermixed. So we got
it's on you.
The Death Claws. Their ATB is like nuts. The boss thing is, like, to me, still more fighting, or fight on, as some people call it. It's different translations or whatever. Just incredible. My favorite theme in VII. Just like looking at some of this shit. That's a cool like air combo starter. Reminds me of like I think Nero in DMC5, maybe 4 too. I forget. Landworms. Do I have these both?
Deal with that.
I think I get them all regardless. Yeah, it's fine.
My turn.
There's also the Doppelganger, which is really good. Yuffie's incredible in this game. Not just like combat-wise, I mean, they really, like, the character is fucking insane in this game. It's just so good.
I'll finish it. Let's finish this.
Nice, nice. Do I have any abilities with ice. I know I don't really like. Never really liked it, those attacks. Yeah, like look at that. Like in the grand scheme of things, they use ATB. They like they're not even that powerful. Even when they're a freaking weakness.
Hang back.
Damn you.
I can't stay awake.
Oh boy. It's not good. Get the most health. Come on. Am I just dead? Okay.
I'm not throwing in the towel.
Oh boy.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, this is probably a good idea. Dude, interrupted it in the last fucking second. Dude, that is something I despise about this battle system. I have to say.
No more games. It's over.
Give it up. Let's finish this.
Let's go.
Because like you lose your ATB and you lose your ability. Like to me that's like, oh my gosh, the worst. I think Yuffie still has prey.
You're in good hands now.
It's been a while.
Let's do this.
There's a weakness fire.
This ends here. Here it comes on you.
Bring it. Get down. There. Finish him off. There. Come on. Yeah, you're gonna feel this one. There. Bring it. Give it your all.
Damn. Tifa. Oh hey, that wolf that I
Keep it together.
Let me handle this.
never assessed.
Good luck. Good to go?
My turn.
They're all fun to go. I don't use magic a lot. God damn.
I got this.
That's fine.
You're mine. Now's our chance.
Strike hard and fast.
Holy fuck.
It's not over yet.
I guess it's not okay. Never mind. That was the last one. Lovely. I'm going off mic now. Too much noise happening around too.
Let's do this. No. Try it now. Go take him down.
Time to end this little workout.
Don't overdo it.
It's on you. You won't regret this. All right.
Is that it?
I would have bailed you out if you said something. You need to chill. Just how you like this. Here goes.
Focus or it's over. Keep it up. There. That's it. There. Bingo. Gotcha. Come on. Bingo. Give him your all. To the limit and beyond. Keep it up. Take that.
No time to celebrate.
Tifa. Also, I call bullshit on some of that swallow stuff. I dodged it, but okay.
Keep it together.
I'm your one-stop progress shop. Gonna pay.
That it?
Do me proud.
I got this. Take it from here.
All set.
Going in. Sorry. Don't stop now.
Let's finish. You're going down. Let's pour on the pain. Serve them on a silver platter. Do me proud.
Taking over.
Sturdier.
Don't overdo it.
I got this. Okay, you won't regret this. Gonna pay. No freaking way. Seriously? Here I go.
Come on.
No way.
Whatever.
Little.
Won't last long. Any last words?
You're not getting out of this one alive.
That's it. Take it from here.
Come on. I can't do all
to
the
heal
heavy
up.
lifting. Not now.
Pushing it.
No. No way. Up to you now.
Fight through it. Deal with that.
Here I go.
Gotcha.
Don't have too much fun.
Keep it up.
The pleasure's all mine. You're gonna quit screwing around.
I've got this. Now's our chance.
You picked the right girl. Get lost.
That was not easy. I didn't realize it was coming from the wolf, not the... I thought it was coming from the freaking sweeper, that attack. I thought it was missiles. That's why I should have taken care of him first. I don't know. Oh well.
You made short work of that simulation. Needless to say, many...
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We don't have Kate Sith in Chapter 13. I'll have to switch chapters at some point. Oh well.
hazards await you on the road, so take care.
That weirdo's whispering sweet nothings to the mono tank again.
A little birdie told me. Oh, looky here. So how about it, pretty boy? But first, let me... Now, she ain't much of a talker. Ready to get your ass handed to ya?
Kind of a weird strat, but it worked, I guess.
Phew, this guy packs one hell of a punch. But besides, what really matters is you were sometimes you gotta take the elephant. Listen, kid, you got what it takes. Now why don't you show Blondie your appreciation?
Thank you for playing cards with me, mister.
I wanna... What do you want? Don't scare me like that! You don't wanna play Queen's Blood, do you? I was hoping that... Oh, what am I thinking? You look like you'd murder me! Oh, God, this is too much! I think I'm gonna throw up. Don't give me that look! It's perfectly healthy for adults to cry too, you know! People call me Crybaby Dad. Because the more tears I shed, the better I get in Queen's Blood. Please play around with me.
This guy is great. I heard about this guy. Now I know why. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and switch out this dude for the Cactuar. That was some bullshit. He had exactly the card he needed to beat me. Otherwise, it would have been... I was good. Oh well.
a lot better after having a good cry. There's nothing like a game of Queen's Blood to relieve some stress. Speaking of, you look like you've got a lot weighing you down too. It's written all over your face. Trust me, crying does wonders. You really ought to try it.
I think that's all the Queen's Blood I need. Which is fantastic. I don't mind it. It's not a bad minigame, it's just too much. That's something else I wanted to talk about was the minigames. I might talk about that in a bit. There's still a lot of noise around. That was weird. I couldn't put like a pin on it with being in a different region. Look at the condor in the back. You can see now. That's actually fucking awesome.
it together.
Don't worry about it.
Guidance protocol. During this time of year, Tonages migrate
Let's
to
do
the
this.
region to seek out things. They build their nests far from civilization and raise their young in pairs. In terms of duties, it often falls to the males to search for food. Unfortunately, when food is scarce, they may occasionally venture into towns and cities where they've been known to attack humans. As Shinra's activities continue to disrupt the ecosystem, such attacks will only grow more frequent. On that note, please take care not to become a snack during your investigation. Wow! What a fight!
That's really hard to avoid. Like,
Well, you're always welcome to make another attempt.
switch back to Tifa, literally. You got a pressure on the stagrum, so unfortunately.
Rare Tonadu variant identified.
Deal with that.
Why don't you lead the way?
Guidance protocol. During this time of year, Tonadus migrates to the Junon region to seek out things. They build their nests far from civilization and raise their young in pairs. In terms of duties, it often falls to the males.
Don't overdo it.
Can you take over for me?
Unfortunately, when food is scarce, they may occasionally venture into towns and cities where they've been known to attack humans. As Shinra's activities continue to disrupt the ecosystem, such attacks will only grow more frequent. On that note, please take care not to become a snack during your investigation. And stay on surprise. Excellent
Much
work
better.
completing our combat objectives.
There's also, I guess, the parrying that is good. It's so much like Sekiro, where he parrying it like increases their stagger, which is kind of funny.
Commencing guidance protocol. Sentinels are known as the sages of the skies, not only because of their intelligence, but also their remarkable feathers that make them both elegant and lethal. These feathers have been prized by all manner of craftsmen since antiquity for their beauty and resilience. Arrows fashioned from them are particularly valuable. Their silver slugs tear so quickly. All objectives completed! We've accrued a lot of great
Alright, my time to shine. Only the Watcher's work is never done.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If you like my content, please be sure to like and sub, and leave a comment below telling me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.